I don't think I could date in today's society. I think if I were ever to go be single, like I think I would struggle. And I think I said that in
here,
Kristen,
bro.
you out there, that's why you got the camos right now, because you in the trenches right now going through all that mud, man. But I think for me, that in today's society, I think a lot of people choose partnership for pleasure rather than for purpose, right? And when you choose for pleasure, you're going off of looks, right? And there's a lot of people we could be compatible with, that we're attracted to, that you can be with, no problem from the start of something, but that wears off after a while.
It does.
Right? It gets old. We've seen it on television. We've seen it in real life. We see it in fantasies. Like, it gets old very quickly. And I think that Lindsay was the first person that I dated as a mature adult with purpose, because I saw where her mind was. I saw where her direction's going. Because I want to be compatible with somebody who's going the same direction as I am. Yeah. I want to be able to see in this journey that I'm about to take, that's going to be a long journey, that's going to be bumpy. Is this the right person to take this journey with? Yeah. And if I don't have that connection with somebody, then I can't see myself with that person. Okay. You know, we're way past the point, bro. Like, you and me, we've dated. We've been with different type of people. We've just experienced different type of things. So the physical aspect of any relationship isn't what gets me going anymore, right? It's not what really gets me up anymore. Maybe when I was 22, that's what got me going. But
and I think we're at the point too where we're at a pivotal stage where they say the most important decision you'll make in your life is who you choose as your life partner, who you choose to have kids with.
Because you can't take that one back.
Exactly, because you locked in.
You locked in,
at least 18 years.
At least 18 years, right? You locked in with this person. So I think that's the reason why we've been so successful. And people are like, how do you do long distance? Like, you know, we're from New York. Dating from Brooklyn to Queens could be a long distance relationship. You talk about dating from New York to London, New York to the UAE.
Oh, that's crazy.
That takes a large amount of commitment from both ends, right? And I'm just grateful to have it with a person that I see that there's value, that brings a lot of value to my life, that recognizes and keeps me accountable, which is huge for me. I need somebody who keeps me accountable at all times, with my friends, with my family, and even the person that I'm with, right? Because there comes a time where, when I was in London, I realized I was growing professionally, and I was growing my bank account, and I was growing everywhere else, but I wasn't growing mentally, and I wasn't growing as a person, because no one was keeping me accountable from an emotional standpoint. Your boys are always going to be there, and you know, your boys are going to call you out. And I have friends that call me out when I'm doing dumb stuff towards my career. Yeah. But you know, men tend to not really talk about emotions a lot, right? Me and you talk about emotions, and we and you check on each other, which is great. And but that's more of a new thing, right? When I was in my 20s, nobody was really checking me emotionally, right? Nobody was making sure, are you doing all right? You're messing up right now. Yeah, they maybe made, because they were so focused on getting the bag, making sure you're the best professional at all. So I was good there, and emotions was just on the side. So I wasn't growing emotionally. And what I like about Lindsay is that she keeps me in check when it comes to emotions. And like I said, I'm a big personality, maybe off camera. Like, I could be temperamental, I'm emotional, I'm passionate, I'm sensitive, but it doesn't matter what the situation is. She will tell me, yo, you're wrong. Like, you're wrong for this. And I always try to always come back to her and be like, yeah, I see what you're talking about. And I need that, because it forces me to become a better person. And that's her biggest attribute. And that it doesn't matter. Like, she won't let me disrespect her. She won't let me talk to her in any way. She stands her own ground. She's a beautiful person inside and out, for anybody that knows her. And she's helped me really grow in other aspects that I was lacking. So my professional life is up here. My, financial life is up here. Health. But my emotions were like lagging, bro. Like, if I was a NBA 2K player, 99, 2. Like, seriously, all my points went to everything else except for my emotions, man.
I feel like you find that a lot too, and I guess guys like us that are, we put our careers first and try to be successful in that kind of way, but then that emotional, that love aspect to our life is kind of lacking,
Yeah, no, you know what? For a long time, because I wanted to get to the bag. You have to realize, man, like, I grew up in a humble beginnings, right? Yeah. So for me, like, the biggest thing was to never have to go back to being broke. Yeah. I don't want that. I don't want my kids to go through that. I don't want my spouse to go through that. I don't want to go through that. Yeah. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, right? And I've been blessed enough to be able to do those things 90 to 95% of the time. Obviously, I'm not at the point yet where it's like, oh, cash goes out to the wind and things don't matter, right? But I'm able to do most things that I want to do, right? And but it gets to a point where you're like, you're in the streets, you're going through different people, right? Like it kind of becomes like you're a robot. You play the same game. The same thing happens over and over and over again. You start to notice patterns, but you're like, okay, do I need to change, or the people or in the pond that I'm fishing in needs to change, right? Or the type of person I'm looking for needs to change.
Yeah.
And dog, like honestly, like when I'm
So what was it for you? Did you change yourself, or you change, or she?
I just think, look,
from...
I was about to touch on that. I just think that Lindsay came at she was the right person at the right time.
Timing is everything.
Right. Timing is everything especially I'm going to talk for myself, for me.
Yeah.
If I had met Lindsay 2 years before that, it would have been done. No way. I wasn't looking for no relation. I was in London. I was brand new. No way. And they always say that timing is everything. Like when you're ready, like for both genders, right?
Yeah.
For both genders. I know that men, they always get like, you're older. But I know dudes who are ready at 25, guys who aren't ready till 50, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
wait, before you even say that, I want to just dispel this myth. Everyone always says when a man knows, he knows. I don't think that's the case. Or it's not about like the person. To me, it's all about the alignment.
Yeah. It took me 6 months to know that Lindsay was the person. It took me like 6 good months to be like, yeah, this is the person I want to rock with.
Yeah.
I want to rock till the wheels fall off with this person. I even told her best friend that.
Yeah.
I remember we were sitting down 6 months in. I was like, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew 6 months in for sure. But it takes about 6 months to a year. And like, you know what? There's a joke, right? Like girls after 2 years, if you make it 2 years with a girl, she takes you seriously. For dudes, it's after 5. Like now,
after 5 years.
Right? Now that we made the 5 years, I joke with her like, now it's serious. Now it's serious.
We locked in for real.
We locked in for real. We locked in. 5 years in the game. I'm a vet.
We ain't going nowhere. Like, yo, we gotta make this work.
We gotta make this work. Too much investment in this thing. Now I got sweat equity in this thing.